Voila. We're back with another episode of R&R. I'm your host, Jamerson, Ballard. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, man. It's season 2, episode number 31. And we almost through the whole summer. It's getting into the dog days. And it's getting kind of rough for some of y'all. It's been long and excruciating. I mean, it's hot, it's smoky, it's all kind of shit. And I'm here to give you my perspective on some of it. I wasn't able to cover every single thing that came across my situation because it's entirely too much. It's just, I don't know if it's fake news, but it's so much. A lot of it looks like it is just maybe a distraction of some sort. So all this stuff I'm about to cover isn't the most important things on my radar. It just kind of coincides with some of the stuff that I've seen throughout the week that I feel like need to be expounded on. Maybe I can help a few people. 29, welcome. Welcome to every one of you guys who decided to pop in today. I'm very, very late, very late. But I think maybe some of y'all might like it late because I'll be trying to get it over with early, kind of like, supper as opposed to dinner. Just remember that you rocking with a winner, and that's all that really matters. You know what I'm saying? Today's topic is, y'all ready for this? It's got to be in you, not on you. I mean, it's got to be in you, not on you. What does he mean by that? Listen, this is a term that's used a lot throughout the game, on a lot of different aspects of the game. But I think it also can be utilized in real life circumstances. But it's got to be in you, not on you, is just referring to what needs to happen. It's like part of your genetic makeup to survive, or to hustle, or to whatever it is that you decided to, whatever genre of the game you started to enter into. Usually is used in the pimp game, but I'm not here to promote any of that. I'm just saying these are transferable skills that I use in my everyday, and I'm just feeling like maybe some of y'all could benefit from it because it's a lot of weenieism out there that is just kind of skating through. You know what I'm saying? I overheard a young lady say that out there in the game of, the single life, the dating scene. I mean, maybe it's just the city, maybe not, but it's real flimsy out there. It's like slim pickings, and it's just not a lot of stiff individuals. It's not no men out there. It's a lot of males though. Shout out to the males, because you're not necessarily a man just because you have male genitalia. I mean, it's some more stuff going on the female side of biology. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I was just kind of illustrating to this person that in a relationship, even though you're the woman in the relationship, you don't necessarily have to be the raise your voice kind of rah person. You know what I'm saying? When you know that what you have is what's good or what's going on, you're aware of that, and you don't move like somebody that's trying to come off like they're that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nigga don't have to be, loud talking and trying to over talking so people can see that he is the nigga. Is just his energy or hers. When you that bitch, nothing needs to be said. It just, less is way, way, way more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just illustrating the fact that I'm not finna do a whole bunch of tongue wrestling and going back and forth with an individual. I am a man, and what I say means something. So I'm not finna have to yell it in order for you to understand that there's a problem. And neither should she. You know what I'm saying? Like all this back and forth arguing and shit. If you say something and you mean that, then just mean that, and that is enough. It's kind of like Power versus Force, which is a book out. You know, when you have power, or you understand your power or your advantage, you don't have to run around yelling it on the mountaintops and trying to get people to understand that you are valuable. It just, you know that within yourself, or it will behoove you to know that within yourself, and just move accordingly. It's not finna be a whole bunch of threats being issued. If it's something, or the line is crossed, you know what's going to happen. And it don't necessarily have to be nothing violent. It's just there's a consequence for your action. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna have to tell a person, you should call me, or yeah. If you don't call me, that's your loss. And that's just gotta be how you feel about it when it comes to certain stuff as far as confidence is concerned. You know what I mean? Putting out your own shoe, that takes confidence. Because once it's released out into the atmosphere, it's open to ridicule, and there's people that could say this or that about it. But until you put forth some effort and put something out, it's really not too much you can say. I mean, you can say it, but so get what you gotta get. Go through your trials and tribs, you know what I'm saying, and get established in what it is you're trying to do. And then once you get an idea, an understanding, a direction, some momentum, you gotta keep going. Shout out to my shoe brand, Kicks. So I'll leave a link in the description box or whatever, so you can take a look at that luxury shoe brand. Because it ain't no basketball sneaker, because I'm not necessarily not a basketball fan, but I really don't feel like as a people, you know, we should just be running around, jumping and, you know, being gestures and just good for music and basketball and entertaining your motherfucking ass. So you might not like that about me, and that's cool. I don't give a fuck. I'm 6'5" and some change. And I am not finna be running up and down here like no motherfucking monkey to entertain your motherfucking ass or nobody else. But I'm not tall for nothing. I figured out a way to monetize my business, which is why I have to shout out a guard dog. If you need something, some protection, security, or you need to be escorted professionally when you come out to this city, check out Guard Dog Security on my Facebook page, on Guard Dog Security, and get you a guard dog. So now that we pay some bills, you know what I'm saying? Let's get back to the show. So anyway, it's got to be in you, not on you. Is that where we left off? I think that's where we left off. That's where we left off, and that's where we'll take off from. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do a whole bunch of hoop and line to convince somebody that you are who you say you are. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible, it'll say, you know, let your yes be a yes and your no be a no. All that putting it on dead homies and all that is not necessary at all. If you a cat that be capping, are you Captain America? Then it's enough said. Did you do any of the stuff that you said you was gonna do? No? Then yeah, you capping. You're a cat. Y'all, we call them bullshit on everything you talking about, and really you'll stop listening to you after a minute. But if you him, you know what I'm saying, and that's what will determine whether you was him or not. Is like you was a man of your word. There was a time where calling a man a liar would get you shot. Are you calling me a liar? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting back into my Western situation too, because it was like, you know, a different breed then. You know what I mean? Because it could cost you something. And that's how you know when you're dealing with something that's worth it, is when it costs you something. What is it going to cost? As a man, we have to understand the cost of something. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be, and it's not necessarily nothing to do with monetary. It's just, what is it going to cost you? This action. What is it going to cost you? You know what I'm saying? You could do this and it's against the rules or whatever, but what is it going to cost you? Is the risk worth the reward? You know what I mean? I got to stop rubbing my legs so much. My hand be lightweight. You know, I think that's the prosperity coming. You know what I mean? But we not superstitious, so I don't, worry about my hand itching and scratching and all that. T Breezy was having. And if it's kind of in your face a little bit, I had to bring the situation closer to me so I could read the screen when y'all pop in here, because I rock with the Rand Gang. I rock with the Capital Letter Club. Shout out to y'all. Glad you could make it. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be anywhere else, but you decided to spend your time with the host with the most, Jamerson Ballard. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all too. Man, the haters, how y'all doing, man? Because it's still, the views still count, nigga. So, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop it. So, you can get with it or move around. You know what I'm saying? And that's just got to be your attitude, a lot of stuff. As far as what your direction, where you're trying to go, you can't get nobody to stop you, man. You know what I mean? It's not, the world's not over because you got with a mate that don't believe in you either. I mean, because a lot of you cats out there, you know what I'm saying? I know, fake it till you make it. And try to make something out of nothing, you know what I'm saying? And if you can trick this chick into thinking that you him before you actually become him and get her to help you to be him, hey, what's up with, I love you too. I mean, then you got some action, and now you trying to manipulate, and then you trying to fuck, and your whole game is weird on whether you can fuck this lady or not, when you got to get in their head before you get in their bed, man. You got to know what you're dealing with. And a lot of times the person will tell you what you're dealing with without you having to ask them a whole bunch of questions either. You know what I'm saying? You just got to pay attention. And when a person show you who they is, understand that's who they is, you can't trick this dude or this lady. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, and you are successful at tricking them, you got to keep tricking them to keep. But I'm not really trying to get into the relationship situation. It's really about how you love you and how you rock with you. You know what I mean? How you manifest things that come into be in your own time, boy. Whoa. We back, though. Listen, forgive me. Where I'm stationed at right now, I didn't pay for the internet here. And it's not that it's slow or nothing, but I guess I just caught a bad break, and it was a long-ass pause. And I apologize for that, y'all. I hope y'all still here. Come on back in here, man, if y'all fell off or if I lost y'all for a second. But yeah, it's just like, some things are out of your control, right? But the one thing you can't control is how you deal with it, how you respond to it, not react. You know what I mean? Things are going to happen. Things are going to go wrong. And how you get out of that or into that or turn it for your good or whatever, it just determines what you're made of. And it's not, if you're a champion, then you're going to have to go through things, the trials, the tribulations, it's all part of it. It's not a shirt that you could put on that says, I'm a champion, and people are just going to believe that you're a champion. And that's what it means when it says it's got to be in you, not on you. It's not like some makeup you can put on or a mask you can put on, a hat that you can put on. Shout out to the niggas that be hat-fishing bitches. Shout out to you, man. The nigga that be fucking with the hat on, that nigga that's turn that motherfucker to the back and go to work, huh? That nigga wake up with that hat on. Yeah, we see y'all niggas out here, man. But anyway, look, man, if it's something that you're insecure about, that you're trying to hide or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's best that you deal with that shit and understand that that's what's going on and love yourself for who you are. Instead of trying to trick a motherfucker into thinking that you something that you not. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, girl, he got money. Let me act like I really am into him so that he can, you know what I'm saying? And you just got to keep that lit. So for some of y'all, it's worth it. For you to get the chick that got this or that, And once I hit, I got her. I got her. That's me right there. All I gotta do is hit one time, and she gonna be in love with me, bruh. That's your whole game. Is your dick game now? And you gotta lay pipe when it's time to do that. But we fucking them from head to toe, literally, and everywhere in between. You know what I'm saying? We not just fucking the body, because you gotta fuck with the mind first. You know what I'm saying? But that's capital letter club shit. Shout out to the capital letter club. But shout out to the Rant Gang, because the Rant Gang understand that they don't know it all. But they hear they showed up. So what's up, man? Salute to you, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, speaking of manipulation and deceit, right? I mean, it's a lot going on with this transgender lady and Just Hilarious, which is kind of funny to me because it's just kind of along the same lines. Like, what is there to argue about? We got a monopoly on periods. What? You fucked up when you acknowledge the whole thing. You know what I mean? It's like weird to hear them call, by them I mean, people in the LGBTQ community, and they say things like the cis male and the cis woman. I mean, it's like, you calling names and all that, and that's cool, but it's just a big name calling thing. It's just, there's no point in us doing that. I mean, I don't hate people that live an alternative lifestyle, so I don't have mean nicknames for people who live an alternative lifestyle. I'm just trying to address you the way you would like to be addressed and show respect. But, it's just not no point in me going back and forth with some. I mean, it doesn't have to be discussed. I mean, your sexual orientation is your private life, and that's what I don't even need to know that. It's too much information. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely not finna be arguing with a person who in all they feel like they're a man, then just be that. We ain't gotta argue about that. Do what you need to do to be that. And when it's time for you to change your flat tire, I want you to still be that man that you say you are. Not just when it's convenient. It's just weird because some people just play that game to play both sides or whatever. I've seen a dude who he's stiff when he needs to be stiff, but then he's homosexual when he needs to be homosexual. And whatever play is going to get him the furthest for that day or that moment, that's what they'll be. But, that's not how it is to be a man. It's just, it is what it is. And I'm not necessarily expecting to be liked by everybody, because as a real individual, it's going to be I'm going to wear on you a little bit first. And that's all right. Shout out to Mac Minister, man, because that's still one of the realest dudes living. And he locked up, but, I mean, it's just, that's what needs to be happening. Is just you need to be accountable for what it is that you is and what you ain't. You know what I mean? It's like in the gang world, you can't just be whatever's convenient. I'm a blood over here, but if I go over here, I'm a Crip. Or if I'm over there, I'm a this. But on this side of town, I'm a that. It's like, who is this dude? I mean, God don't like lukewarm either. So I'm with God on that one. But I mean, at the same time, I'm just, be what you say you are, man. Whenever, at all times. You know what I mean? Pick a side, bro. I don't know if it is such thing as bisexual. I mean, if you hitting dudes, you hit dudes. I mean, you know what I mean? But I'm not here to pass judgment on all that. I'm just saying, as far as, it just ain't no point in us arguing about any of that. It just sounds like a distraction to keep us from being focused on what's really happening. Like shit like lab-grown meat. Lab-grown meat? What? What is biological meat not good enough? I mean, what are we taking it so far for? Is there a such thing as too far? Yes, I think there is. There is a such thing as too far. And I don't know if this is true, but it seems like it's like if the world had a governor, right? And like black people are kind of like the governor. I mean, we just kind of, we do what needs to happen. We're here to heal and maintain what's already going on. All that deep sea diving or high mountain climbing, you don't really see too much of that from us. We've been everywhere and around everything, though, trading and trying to get money and furthering our agendas as far as that. But I don't think cloning shit is really something we involve ourselves in. But I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, we do have people who, blend certain plants together, hybrids, this and that. You know what I mean? Who's to say who's responsible for that? But it is too far, man. And some of this is just going way too far. Way too far. Like, let me see, man. On my notes, right? I mean, it's just, there was some dude that was like blinking like this on the plane that had everybody tripping and thought reptile people was here. That's weird. You know what I'm saying? And then they got other stuff going on that they're not talking about. And it's like, what is this small shit that y'all throwing at me to distract me? I don't understand. It's really irritating. I mean, they do got some other stuff that's going on that's real. The weather thing is real. The weather thing is real. It's hot as a motherfucker, right? I mean, you either trying to get a job or trying to stay cool. UPS got like a strike on the horizon, which could probably cause a recession because it's just so much labor. I mean, we need to kind of understand that there is value in owning a business. I'm not saying that owning a business is fun or easy or should be glorified, but there is value in labor. And we see that with the UPS situation. They got to come to an agreement, but it's just, there's a lot of people who depend on the packages and need those jobs. And it's weird how they riding around with these little shorts on and they ain't got no air conditioner in these trucks. I don't, that ain't why they striking. That's why I be striking. It's hot than the motherfucker. I got to get up and climb in this big ugly ass truck with these ugly ass clothes on. And I'm hot than the motherfucker. And y'all ain't paying the nigga. I quit. Fuck it. I'm going somewhere else. This is ridiculous. You know what I mean? But you know your power. You don't gotta do all this back and forth shit. Just don't show up to work. In unison, everybody don't come. And that's what the strike is. You know what I'm saying? They like, look, we need to get paid more. I think the issue right now, because they almost came to an agreement, but it's more about the part-time wages and what they trying to pay part-time workers, because part-time workers, I don't know, they really get the short end of the stick because they don't work enough hours to get any benefits, no health or anything. No, it's just, they're hot in the ugly outfit, getting overworked, underpaid. But anyway, it's just way too hot to be rocking. Even though you do got them shorts on, it's too hot to be without no air at your door open the whole time you're driving. Do they even got seatbelts in there? What if the packages fall out on the freeway? I don't know. It seemed like the most unsafest job, but people still doing it. And shout out to UPS drivers and the Amazon drivers and anybody that courier shit, because we need that shit ASAP. Anyway, it's hot in the motherfucker in weather news. It's extremely hot. It's about to be, like I said, the dog days of summer. And there's some other science shit that I want to talk about, but I thought that this would come because of it being this, extremely hot and it, rendering rubber kind of ineffective or obsolete. But it hasn't gotten that bad yet, and thank God for that. Although they still have these, and that is flying cars. A flying car. It's weird because it in the video it looked like that motherfucker was flying this way, not like this. You know what I'm saying? So that's weird. But it's a flying car. Interesting. I think the FAA just approved it. All right, it's made by a company called Aleph. Aeronautics. And it's the Model A, right? It's all right. It's only like $300,000. So I mean, if you balling like that, go get you one of them motherfuckers because I mean, me personally, if I had it, I'd have one too because I don't fuck with traffic like that. I don't like traffic at all. I mean, if it look like it's about to be trafficy, I'm about to hit the button, whoop, 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 and I'm out, sideways and all. I'm out of there. I don't know what the height is that you gotta fly, can't fly. I mean, you definitely gotta look out for buildings, bridges, birds, light posts, the wires and shit. That's, you know what I mean? Airplanes, helicopters. You gotta, the air damn near about to be crowded than a motherfucker. It's about to be crowded because there's some other shit going on that's kind of, it ain't necessarily as big as the airplane flying, but it's still kind of cool because Domino's might be bringing you your food with a nigga on a jetpack pizza delivery nigga. With a jetpack, nigga, drop your pizza off looking like Mega Man. I mean, do you have to have a license to fly the suit? What if your bitch answered the door and this nigga then flew to the motherfucking crib? Is that the end of your relationship? Is it fragile? Does she want to see a nigga fly? And is that going to get her wet? I mean, do you just answer the door because you know that the pizza man is coming and you don't ever want to? You're like, baby, look, the nigga, he flying and shit. He for real flying. You know what I mean? And risk losing your relationship to the pizza man. What if the nigga slide through after he get off work, jump in the flying car? Is that a fly ass nigga? Or is that just a nigga in debt like a motherfucker? Because I don't know if delivering pizza is going to pay for no $300,000 car. But my pizza will probably be here hella fast. Right? Right. And I fuck with Domino's. I mean, I don't know what's going on with pizza. Because it's just like, I remember when I might be telling on myself a little bit, but I remember when Pizza Hut was lit. Like, it was just, Domino, why would I even do that? You know what I'm saying? But, you got to adapt or die, man. In business. What goes up do come down. And if you want to stay up, you got to, keep it fresh. Anyway, right about now, it's time for a segment I like to call Don't Be a Weirdo. Yeah. And on today's Don't Be a Weirdo, we have a special individual. First I had like this other person who did some dumb shit. And I could save it. But, when this hit, I was like, this is the one. You probably heard about it, but it's a chick. It's a teen parent, and she's Hispanic out of Miami, Dade County to be specific. And, this is probably, it's a little bit beyond weird, but it's just something that it just shouldn't be happening. But it happens, I guess. Young lady tried to hire a hitman to kill her 3-year-old son. She didn't look like she was too bright either. I don't really want to, I'm not trying to cast judgment or nothing, but she didn't look like she had it all, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, 3 years and you want to kill it now? I'm not saying that this shit is never a good time to kill a kid, right? But it's just, why would you even have it if you felt like you know what I mean? Then you trying to pay to get it killed? A 3-year-old on a website that apparently was ran by the feds to catch people just like this. She offering peanuts to kill the kid, but why are you trying to kill the kid again? Anyway, the lady's name is Jasmine Piazza. Bitch, you the weirdo of the week. Okay? I'm not going, that's just what it is, man. If you out there trying to kill your kid, that's weird. Don't do that. Just stop fucking raw until you ready. You shouldn't be fucking raw anyway. Do you even know this nigga? You want to feel the heat, huh? yeah, all right. I mean, but like we was talking about earlier, what's the cost? It's a consequence. You know what I mean? What's it gonna cost you? It's gonna cost you a lifetime of being with some nigga who you name, you don't even know. You call this nigga Young Bullet cuz, and you let Bullet cuz hit, or and now you stuck with Bullet cuz. And when you do find out the nigga last name, just hope to God it ain't your relative or cousin, or you know what I mean, because that's also weird. Moving right along to the segment I like to call Who Got Active. We have a individual by the name of Tim Ballard, no relation. He's actually a white dude who deserves accolades because he's known as the pedophile hunter. Tim actually has a movie out on his life, true story, called let me see. It's called The Sound of Freedom. Now, I haven't gone and seen this movie. It's still in theaters right now, so if you want to, go ahead and go check it out. I might go check it out pretty soon, and I don't know if I'll do a review on it. I mean, if I would do a review on it, would you watch it? You know what I mean? And, leave that in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe and all that. If you on YouTube and you ain't hit me with a like yet, you ain't shit. I mean, but, I still fuck with you. You know what I mean? Thank you for watching the show. But, yeah, if you fuck with the show regularly, shoot me a like. If you on Spotify, you listening to me, shoot me a comment. You know what I'm saying? Let's get interactive with this thing, man. I mean, you can hit me on Cash App at $SuperStee, SuperStee, and show me some love monetarily. You know what I'm saying? Just tell me you like my shirt or something. You know what I mean? Whatever. Y'all like my song? Let that shit go. That shit lit, right? I mean, I'm not a Buddhist and then, I mean, it was kind of already, I just was like, that shit lit, let's use that. I mean, I might have to get another poster, but I do kind of fuck with that. I hope y'all like the couch and shit. Yeah. Anyway, if you listening, you didn't see that, but I just winked at y'all. I appreciate the comments and the likes. You know what I'm saying? We need those. Anyway. Yeah, old Tim, man. Tim in the movie Sound of Freedom just comes under like quite a bit of fire. I mean, I'm guessing the individuals in Hollywood who get down on the pedophile side of the game are paying the media to not, to say bad things about the movie and the people who go see the movie, and it's not as puzzling to me as some other things, right? But it's still like, for real, is that what we on? I mean, I don't understand what the appeal is. You trying to catch somebody so young that they don't see through your bullshit. That's a whole nother episode of bullshit. I don't even want to go into that. But shout out to Tim, man, for hunting down the pedophiles and, freeing them kids who was in sex trafficking, because that's not cool, man. Working a kid is not cool on all fronts. I mean, it's not necessarily like they shouldn't understand responsibility or whatever, but it's a couple stories out there about some kids being killed at a slaughterhouse and they just working there late nights. They're not of age yet, and it's way too dangerous. I mean, even out there where they pimping kids that make your laptop or your iPhone, I don't know. I mean, that's not cool at all, man. I don't think that's cool at all. So, but I mean, you screwing them and perverting them, and then, that's way too far, man. And I'm gonna talk about something else, but shout out to Tim Ballard, man. I'll go see the movie Sound of Freedom, and when I go see it, like I said, I might do a review. Y'all want to see me do a review on that? Let me know. There's also a movie, because I didn't get to talk about this really, but Jamie Foxx is popping up here and there, and it looks like he alright. And it's a lot of people talking about he a clone or whatever, and I don't really give a fuck about that. I'm just glad he alright. I don't think that's a clone. I'm not really. He seemed like he was himself and everything like that, but he was in a movie that's on Netflix that I also have to watch called They Clone Tyrone, which I'll probably check out this evening sometime. Also, leave a comment if you want to see me do a review on that movie, or just I've heard a couple of spoilers about it. It still sounds interesting enough for me to want to watch it, but it just sounds like another version of Undercover Brother in a way, but with a couple of different twists. Every 20 years they try to give you a different movie, same movie, but reheated or whatever. But this is his turn to do his thing, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be funny as far as Jamie's concerned. But I don't know if any of that was I'm sure it wasn't a marketing ploy, but there's no such thing as bad publicity when it comes to that. Bad publicity, I'm sorry, when it comes to certain stuff. So if him being healed miraculously helps him in his career and promotes the movie, then so be it. But I'm just glad he all right. Shout out to him. Shout out to his family. Also, there was something that, and I really don't necessarily want to bring this up to bring the show down, but shout out to Gilly, man. Gilly the kid's son was gunned down at a shindig that he attended. And this is just something we want to prevent at all costs, man. I don't know what it's like for a parent to lose a kid, but shout out to him. My condolences go out to him, and I hope everything works out. I don't know him personally, but I hope that everything is fine, man. It was horrible to hear, and you know what I'm saying? And I didn't really see a lot of that, like the same thing with DC. I'm hoping DC is all right, and he's recovering from his loss, but again, I'm not trying to bring down the show. I just kind of felt like, I needed to shout them out because, this is life, man. It doesn't always fall the way you want it to. But I was also watching the show called The Icon, I think it's called, right? Or it's on HBO Max. It's with The Weeknd. I don't know if y'all in the chat. Remind me of the name of the show. I think it's called Icon, though. But and I think about the third episode, right? It was a point where the dude and the two chicks, that's what the dude that's The Weeknd is playing, was saying that they didn't say no to anything because to say no to something would be like denying themselves an experience, and you shouldn't try to control everything because the bad experiences bring out the best, sometimes I guess, art, music, etc., etc. He's talking about heartbreak and stuff like that. And shout out to all the heartbroken bitches that made classics. You know what I'm saying? Like the Honorable Mary J. Blige, Toni Braxton, who made a whole career out of singing sad songs and just making millions. You know what I'm saying? Keisha Cole. The nigga that broke her heart is you know what I'm saying? It's not cool that he did it, but she did what she needed to do with that pain and brought all of us a little, some, and to get us through whatever pain that we going through. You know what I mean? I wish sometimes that I could keep myself from going through tragic shit, but I gotta use that tragic shit so it can make the dude that you see in front of you and bringing you this game, so that when you go through shit, you can see that it's not over with, man. It's not over. You know what I'm saying? You'll make it. On the other side of that shit, it's a stronger, more beautiful you. And, it's just time for you to embrace that shit. Let that nigga go. Let that bitch go. Let that job go. Let that hurt go. Let that shit go. And move on with your life. Let God have it. You know what I'm saying? And move on because, you know, sometimes we get out there and we don't want to be isolated. We don't want to go through the pain. We don't want to evolve, you know, because we like where we are right now. We're familiar with that. But, you know, it's just time for you to go on to the next stage, man. Miss Lady, Mr. Man, it's time for you to get on to the next phase of your life. And it's probably a little scary and you don't know what it's going to look like. You ain't seen it before, but it's a champion on the other side of that shit. And it ain't no motherfucking shirt. It's the nigga under the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Love you first, man. That was kind of deep, right? But it's some real shit, though. It's some real shit, man. I mean, I don't know if y'all in America or you not, but I mean, it looks like it's all fun and games, and it's not. The reason why we have all this fire-ass music is because of the struggle that we've been through. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. Wherever the most dire circumstances, that's why we invented so much of the shit, because we was the one doing all that hard labor and shit. Irons, traffic lights, lawnmowers. You know what I mean? Like just some of the smallest shit that make your life here in America a lot more livable. You know what I mean? And now you can make a living as a Hispanic American cutting grass, because Henry then was tired of cutting grass with scissors and shit and came up with an idea like, what if we could put an engine on the blade and spin it around? You know what I mean? Remember the one thing with the two wheels on the side that he's got the blade on it? That was the first. You know what I'm saying? I seen a video about a dude who was like 114 years old, right? And the dude was like around when they invented the airplane and shit. I just was like, damn, Brad has seen it all. Cause I feel like old because I was back before there was like, you know what I mean, internet and all that. You had to go talk to a girl. There wasn't no apps and none of that shit. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? Human interaction is important, but a lot of us take it for granted. I just wish that all of us kind of understand that we need our imagination, and we shouldn't depend or rely on AI like that. You know what I mean? It's just, it makes you lazy, and the imagination is something that we need to keep, because that's how we keep inventing and doing new cool stuff like the flying car. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, on to the final portion of the show I like to call Wake the Fuck Up, where we highlight, an artist that I think is causing waves right now. And we still up in Milwaukee with this thing, right? Because I haven't been to Milwaukee. I've been up north, but I haven't been to Milwaukee. Shout out to Milwaukee. There's a young man out there by the name of Certified Trapper who's been on everything, bruh, hustling. I mean, I'm pretty sure he real with it. But I mean, it still hasn't been like a whole 2 years or 3 years, which is what I usually like to do to vet an individual, because you don't know what's going on, nephew. You don't know if they real until they get hit with something like, I don't know, gunning or, you know what I mean, any of these other cats out here who ain't stiff like that, but call themselves doing music about shit that they ain't doing. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, nephew. Boosie Badass got on, I'm kind of off a little bit, but Boosie Badass got on, I think it was Kodak Black for doing a song with 6ix9ine. I don't know what y'all think about that, but I mean, me personally, like I said, man, I'm all I can say is I'm glad I ain't never fucked with Kodak Black, man, because you doing songs with 6ix9ine. I ain't never fucked with 6ix9ine. I really didn't never fuck with Young Thug or Gunna either, because of you can feel how you want to feel, but I don't want to hear no gangster shit come out your mouth when you got a dress on, man. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. Prince did his thing, and there's still some Prince hits but Prince never came off like he was no gangster or nothing. And it's just like, I don't know if it's because of genre of music, I give him a pass or whatever, but I mean, you know, Prince was a monster when it comes to his creativity and things like that. So I have a deep respect for Prince. But anyway, Certified Trapper got a project out right now called, let me see, what is it called? Trapper of the Year. And Trapper of the Year got a lot of, I don't know if you ever heard it, but it's a lot of claps in it, like the little know your clap type shit going on in all the songs. And I mean, for a minute, it's kind of, I guess it's kind of an acquired taste, because it's got a few songs that I fuck with. I mean, you know, E Smack, tracks like, the name of it is E Smack, Palm Angels, and Long Nights all have kind of made an impact on me. So I found some shit in there that I fuck with a little bit. But I mean, you know, really, the fact that he sounds so hard in there with them beats is kind of just like, and then he's slim, but I mean, you know, hey man, you know, big things sometimes. You know what? Pause that. Dangerous shit don't necessarily have to be from a big individual. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, anyway, shout out to him. I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan altogether of the drug dealer music altogether. I mean, but if it is what you do and you doing that for real and that's what you into, I mean, you know, and then you rapping about it and it's put together right, I'll fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I mean, you know, I don't like being lied to. I don't like being lied to. So, you know, I'm not finna rock with no individual who's saying a whole bunch of cool shit but ain't doing none of it. And so if you're the type of nigga who say a whole bunch of cool shit but ain't standing on none of it, I mean, you know, I won't have to go out my face and say, get the fuck away from me and do all that shit, because you'll know that you ain't gonna be able to get over on me or do none of that shit, because I'm not going for it, bro. I mean, you know, I ain't gotta go back and forth with you, or just, we don't vibrate the same, so we're not gonna be on the same shit for very long. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna be touch and go, and you gonna understand that this ain't what it is. And I ain't gotta do that to make you see that, or try to tote no gun, or, you know, and be all extra with that shit. It's just what it is for me. So, you know, same thing if you on a whole nother level, you won't necessarily have to break up with nobody, or, you know, it won't work. It ain't gonna work. And if they not gonna go through what you going through to get to where you going, then they just need to just move around, and they'll understand that you ain't gotta say move around or get out or none of that. It's just, I got friends that I've known for years. And I say friends, but I mean, you know, people that I'm associated with, and we not gonna be on the same level, because, you know, I'm gonna keep going. If you a type to lay down, you go on and sit down, have a seat. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And it ain't no hard feelings. We ain't cut the same. You know, eagles and crows don't kick it together, man. They can't fly the same heights. And if we came up together and you thought. And then, you know, now here we go. And you sitting over there on the couch watching me washed up, mad, sad, broke. I mean, you probably used to be the man, and that's cool. You had your time. And that was when you was like, what, 15, 16, 20? You know what I'm saying? And now you over there with 13 kids and you don't know what you're going to do. Hair gone. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. But anyway, y'all, man, it's Jamerson Ballard signing off. I'll see y'all next Monday. Have a productive week, man. Like I said, it's Jamerson Ballard on all platforms. If you want to show me some love monetarily, my Cash App is $SuperStee. That's me. It'll say J Ballard, not some other nigga name. And fuck with that. I mean, you know, if everybody showed up with $5, you know, we'll be doing a little something. I mean, I could pay for all this and it won't be no problem, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm bringing it to you because some of you niggas need this shit, whether you want to admit it or not. And, you know, but I mean, like I said, I love everybody. I don't mean no harm. If I hurt your feelings, it's all right. You'll be all right. I mean, you know, come back next time, you know, we'll talk about it. You know, leave a comment or something. You know, leave a like or even a dislike if you don't like the shit. I mean, you know, but I hope y'all like the show, man. Like I said, I go through a lot to try to put together a quality show. And, I appreciate y'all showing up, man. I'll see y'all next time, man. Have a good one.